you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. So today we're going to talk about a case that is new to the channel. We're going to talk about Anna Knezevich. I've been practicing that, how to say her name correctly. But she's a Colombian native who went missing in Spain. Her husband has been arrested. The FBI has been involved. So there's a lot for us to go through. I want to look through some court documents with you guys. I've got a couple articles. I'm going to play just a minute or two of a long crime video that comes out of one of their articles. That's actually how I heard about the case. And, I'm still learning too, but yeah, so that's the plan. So let me say hello to you guys, and then we're going to get right into it. And also, I just want to say thank you so much for being here, because when, as creators, we have a choice of what to cover. And honestly, when you're covering a case that's new to the channel or that's not really talked about that much, those videos don't do the best. And that's okay. I'm at the point where I want to talk about what I want to talk about. A lot of these big cases that many people are interested in, there's no updates. And it's messy and chaotic. So that is why we're going to talk about this one today, and yeah, that kind of thing. So I do know that Jen and I are going to continue talking about the trials. And today in the Karen Reed trial, I don't know how many of you guys were watching, but it was pretty intense. So anyways, we're going to talk about that soon. Let me say hello to you, and then we'll get started. Hey, Mayla's mom. Hey, Dave G. Oh, Riley, sending good vibes. I saw the comment about the paper coming up. Hey, Patricia, Punksy, Astro from Space, Pointer Lover, Adrian, Cutie Pie. Thank you guys for being here. Brandy, Kathy. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Mayla's mom. Let's see, West Virginia Holler Girl, Music City Mom, Katie Rose. Anybody that I missed, thank you for being here. Okie, Bindi, Sarah. I did also want to tell you guys, so on my second channel, I don't know exactly the direction I want to go yet, but I do know that, I play with a lot of makeup and clothes and scents and stuff like that. So I'm going to start posting shorts over there, doing reviews on the different things I'm trying. So very soon I'm going to have a video about a couple new body sprays and lotions from Victoria's Secret, a new perfume from Vacation with a couple of their sunscreens, and a new perfume from Kay Ali. I think I'm going to do like one quick short kind of running through it all. But regardless, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, definitely subscribe to my second channel, because that's going to be happening soon, and I'm excited about it. Also, the giveaway, the Mother's Day giveaway, a winner was chosen. It was Mia B. I don't know if I don't think she's here right now, but congratulations, Mia. And I hope that you'll get back to me with your address. Just email me. And yeah, I thought you actually meant like shorts. Well, I do have on this outfit today that's like a shorts outfit with a crop top. It's really cute, but maybe I'll get into some clothes. But no, I mean like the short videos. Not that this is important, has nothing to do with the case we're going to talk about. I just wanted to mention it for just a second before we get into everything else. I'm definitely going to try the new Sol de Janeiro sprays, and I've ordered one of them. So let's see. Yay, Mia. Oh, okay, Nay. That would be awesome. Thank you. Sadly, I got all the information on this case too. He was an absolute JP. He did this lady wrong for years, like JP and Micah. Well, we're going to dig right into it right now. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I think we're going to start here with this long. I want to play the first minute or so of this video. It just has a little clip of some of her family, some pictures of her, some things like that. And while I do that, I'm going to move us outside. So let me turn this off. I just like to get on camera for a minute to say hello to you guys. I think that, it's nice to be able to see who's talking to you. So that is the plan. Let's go ahead and listen, and then we're going to read through some stuff.
I feel like I'm living in a dream, like I'm in a nightmare. Obviously, the worst crisis of life.
A bombshell break in the case of an American missing overseas. Months after Anna Knezevich disappeared in Spain, her estranged husband is arrested in Miami.
It's going to take some time for them to basically retrace everything that happened and see what kind of evidence would be proof someone's guilt.
So what's ahead for the investigation?
That always becomes an interesting aspect of any criminal case where they're alleging a murder, yet they haven't recovered the body.
And what are those closest to Anna saying now?
That we miss her and that we love her.
This is a story Law and Crime has been following since February, when 40-year-old Anna Knezevich was last seen on February 2nd. Anna is originally from Colombia, but is an American citizen who was based in Florida. At the time of her disappearance, she was renting an apartment in Madrid, Spain, while in the midst of a tumultuous divorce. Anna's husband of 13 years is David Knezevich, who we'll get to shortly. But before we ever heard David.
Okay, so that was really, awesome, Nate. Thank you. Hey, Crazy Mama, I don't know if I got to say hi to you, but I'm glad that you're here. So that's kind of all I wanted you to see of that, just the beginning of that, because it gives like a good breakdown of a couple of things that describe who Anna is and David, and you get to see many different pictures of her. Like I said, she was born in Colombia, and when they separated, she went and got an apartment in Madrid. Now, I do find it really interesting how the FBI even has jurisdiction in this case. It's kind of confusing to me, but anyways, thank you for dropping Miss Bindy's link, because we're going to be, I think, tomorrow night to talk about Karen Reed. Okay, so let me read some of this to you guys, and we'll get into the criminal complaint. And then we're going to get into what's happened since he's been arrested. The FBI in a criminal complaint laid out a man's elaborate scheme that included driving across Europe and spray painting a camera lens to allegedly kidnap his estranged wife in Spain as the Florida couple were going through a contentious divorce. Now, he also put tape over the locks, so you can't actually lock the door. You think it's locked, but it's not. Agents arrested David Knezevich as he arrived at Miami International Airport on May the 4th. He's facing a kidnapping charge in the disappearance of Anna Maria Knezevich, who has not been seen since February in Madrid. Anna, 40, flew from Miami to Madrid on the day after Christmas. Her family and friends lost contact with her after February 2nd. She and her friends had a trip planned to Barcelona. However, she never showed up, cops said. Also, all of her non-automatic bank transactions stopped following that date, the complaint said. She was also charged a fee on February 10th for missing a reservation at a restaurant in Madrid, according to the FBI. If she is a naturalized American citizen, the FBI has jurisdiction. Okay, Bendy. That's just so interesting to me. You got to watch FBI International. It explains how. Where's that at, Tess? I'll definitely watch it. Friends and family have told federal agents that Anna and her husband were going through a contentious divorce because he did not want to split marital assets with her. The victim was very fearful of her husband because she believed he was surreptitiously monitoring her whereabouts. Ken Padowitz, David Knezevich's attorney, has denied his client had anything to do with the disappearance. He says David has worked with authorities. He's talked to detectives in Spain on a number of occasions. He's provided credit card information. He obtained a lawyer in Spain, sorry about that loud horn, to sign documents that might help the Spanish authorities go into the apartment that his wife had rented. He is doing everything he possibly can from Serbia. According to Spanish authorities, surveillance cameras captured Anna entering her apartment in Madrid around 2:20 p.m. on February 2nd. This is the last time she was seen alive. The complaint says about 9:30 p.m. the same day, a man wearing a helmet entered the apartment building after some people were walking out. The man, holding a can of spray paint, walks down a set of stairs and uses the spray paint to cover the lens, according to the complaint. You guys just wait to see. This is disgusting and disturbing. The paint didn't completely cover the lens and still showed a man put a piece of duct tape over the door lock to prevent it from closing, the complaint said. Notably, the male, who looks directly at the camera, has physical characteristics that resemble those of David Knezevich, the feds wrote. The man is seen leaving the apartment about 10:30 p.m. holding a suitcase. Spanish authorities completed a welfare check on February 4th for Ana, but did not find her. Her cell phone, laptop, and charges were missing. Feds noted charges, I guess chargers, that's supposed to say. Cops also noticed the spray paint can brand and tracked the purchase to a store in Madrid. Surveillance camera footage from the store showed a man who appeared to be David buying the paint along with two rolls of duct tape. FBI agents also spoke with a Colombian woman who previously met David Knezevich on a dating app. She told agents that on February 3rd, the day after his wife went missing, he allegedly asked her to translate a message from English into perfect Colombian. That's a direct quote. He claimed he had a friend from Serbia who was writing a script about a Colombian character and wanted it to sound authentic. This is unbelievable. Here's the thing. People who are natural Spanish speakers will notice that this is like a translation from English to Spanish, and it's about to get into that. So I met someone wonderful, the message to be translated reportedly said. He has a summer house about 2 hours from Madrid. We are going there now, and I will spend a few days there. Signal is spotty. I'll call you when I get back. Other messages allegedly said, yesterday after therapy, I needed a walk and he approached me on the street. An amazing connection like I never had before. As Law and Crime previously reported, Ana's best friend said those messages just didn't make sense. She doesn't do those things. This woman told Law and Crime. It was worded very differently than how she writes. She says she wouldn't meet a man in the street and say she's going to go away for a few days like that. That is definitely not my friend, she added, noting that Knezevich has planned to go to Barcelona just days later. She responded immediately to the bizarre message purportedly from her friend. I said, what's happening? What do you mean? I got worried and I said, please share your location. This does not sound safe. My messages didn't go through. I got concerned immediately, and then I heard nothing back from her. First thing Sunday morning, I contacted police in Madrid. Ana's brother, Juan Felipe, said he received a similarly odd text from his sister on February 2nd. It was in Spanish, which Knezevich speaks fluently, having been born in Colombia. But according to her brother, something was off. He stated, it is not like his sister to do something like this. Plus, the text in Spanish appeared to be translated from English to Spanish via Google Translator, and the message made no sense whatsoever and was definitely not written by his sister, who is fluent in both English and Spanish. So, February 2nd, all of a sudden these messages go out that she's met someone and this and that, and they don't make sense. You can obviously tell they don't make sense. And on this date, a man who appears to look like her husband can be seen going into her apartment, spray painting one of the cameras there, and then leaving the apartment with only a suitcase. And Ana can be seen going into her apartment and never coming out. However, she's not there when police go there. Hey, Meg. He was texting her family and friends. She's scared of her ex and probably looking over her shoulder, but she's run off with some dude. Yeah, no. FBI would jump into the Sebastian Roger case. 15-year-olds don't vanish into thin air. That's some Letitia stuff right there. Megan, this is a new case, and it's just, all of them are truly unbelievable that humans can do this to each other and they can be this evil. The most dangerous time for a woman is when she leaves an abusive man, even if he's never been violent before. Absolutely. Ana's brother was very concerned something bad happened to Ana, the police statement said, noting that he told officials his sister was going through the tough divorce. Juan stated that Ana and David are going through a nasty divorce and there is a substantial amount of money on the line to be split up between the two, and David is not happy about it. Juan advised that Ana has a longtime friend in Spain, so she traveled there 3 months ago to clear her head. Now, here are some of these messages. Here's the one. I met someone wonderful. He has a summer house about 2 hours from Madrid. We're going there now, and I will spend a few days there. Signal is spotty. I'll call you when I get back. And then here's the one in Spanish, which I cannot read. I can tell the person says, hi, Ana. And that's it. So, I Okay. So on the right is the text message between Anna and her friend. And on the left, I don't know. That's just confusing. I think that's a typo with long crime, but let's continue. So according to the FBI, the Colombian woman who translated the message for David told her mother about her new love interest. She Googled him and saw news stories that he was a suspect in his wife's disappearance, the complaint said. Agents also were able to track down the suspect's movements. Starting on January 27th, he flew out of Miami International to Turkey before traveling to his native Serbia. He allegedly left Serbia on January 30th and returned February the 5th. Agents noted it takes around 26 hours to do the drive from Belgrade to Madrid. They also learned that David rented a Pugo 308. The rental car agency noticed that when he returned the vehicle, the windows were tinted and license plates changed. David had driven the vehicle more than 4,700 miles while he was in possession of the car. Spanish authorities also discovered that someone reported their license plates stolen. The plates were allegedly discovered on the street of the victim's apartment. The plates also reportedly turned up at 2 toll booths outside of Madrid, but the driver can't be seen because of the tinted windows. So he rents a car, goes and tints the windows, and steals someone's plates so that you can't see him going through tolls and things like that. This is just unbelievable, the amount of planning and evilness that went into this. Oh, hey, Riddler. Thank you. Alex, you'll always be number one in my heart. Trust everyone and had a mother. I can't read. A wonderful Mother's Day. Thank you, Riddler. And I hope your mama had a wonderful Mother's Day. And yeah, just appreciate you. And I'm glad that you're here. And thank you again. Okay. Truly, like I said, thank all of you guys for being here. I know, like, a lot of times a new case, if somebody's already into whatever they're into, I have many viewers that are like, I can't follow more than 1 or 2 at a time, and yeah, I just appreciate it. People are nuts, Megan. And he didn't care at all about getting caught. He just wanted to unalive her himself. Hey, Trio Girl Mom. Okay, now, agents then spoke with an employee of the alleged kidnapper's business. She told agents that David forced her to pose as his missing wife over the phone to cancel insurance policies and open a new bank account. In one of the calls, children could be heard in the background, and Anna does not have kids. David allegedly told the employee that the calls had to be made in order for people to be paid. So he threatened his employee, if you don't pretend to be my wife and make this phone call, you're not getting paid. Sorry. Knezevich further stated, I cannot call with my voice because I sound like a guy. Anna remains missing, but prosecutors believe she is dead. A judge on Friday denied bond for David, and we're going to look at that more. So let's go to the criminal complaint first because I've got that here. So this is a federal criminal complaint, which typically, when we're looking at cases, even if the FBI is involved, we oftentimes see this, the state attorneys doing that or the state going after them. So I'm not as familiar with the federal process. I can't believe they have jurisdiction over this. I have to watch what you're talking about, Tess, because that is just wild to me. Okay, so criminal complaint cover sheet. 1. Did this matter originate from a matter pending in the northern region of the United States? No. Did this matter originate from a matter pending in the central region? No. Did this matter involve the participation of or consultation with now Magistrate Judge Eduardo Sanchez during his tenure at the U.S. Attorney's Office, which concluded January 22nd? No. Did this matter involve the participation of the now judge? No. That's just the cover sheet. So, criminal complaint by telephone or other reliable electronic means. The criminal complaint is based on these facts. This is for the charge of kidnapping. That's all he's been charged with so far. Oh, Megan, thank you. Love you guys. You and Jen Lou and Melissa Jade. You guys cussing and thank you, Megan. And love you back. And I appreciate that so much. Okay. So this was written by Andre Gillis. He says, I am a special agent for the U.S. Department of State Diplomatic Security Service, currently assigned as a task force officer with the Federal Bureau of Investigation in the Miami Division. He's been a special agent since 2017. And the rest of it is just about him. So I'm not going to read all of that. We're going to go on to number 2. This affidavit is made for the purpose of establishing probable cause in support of a criminal complaint and arrest warrant charging David Knezevich, a.k.a. Dusan Knezevich, that's his name from Serbia, with kidnapping in violation of Title 18, United States Code Section 1201A. This affidavit is based upon information known personally to me and information obtained from others who have investigated this matter and or have personal knowledge of the facts herein. I have participated in this investigation, spoke with law enforcement detectives, and have reviewed documents and police reports related to this investigation. I have set forth only those facts necessary to establish probable cause in support of this application, and thus not every detail known to your affiant is stated herein. And we've talked about this so many times. He says, this is the way it works, you guys. And I know many of you guys that watch me and Bendy know this because we've gone on and on about it. But, I'll see people that talk about Idaho or talk about whatever case, and all they've seen is the affidavit. And they think, oh, that's all the information they have or whatever. That's not true, okay? They only put in the affidavit what they need to get an arrest. And I know that, like I said, you guys know that, but just in case somebody doesn't, it's important to know this when we're watching these cases, especially in real time before they went to trial, and everybody's making all these judgments on what is and what isn't when we don't have all the facts yet. So as you see here, he says, I have set forth only those facts necessary to establish probable cause in support of this application, and thus not every detail known to your affiant and other law enforcement officers concerning this investigation is stated herein. As such, I have not included all the known to me. Instead, I have set forth only those facts necessary to establish probable cause for the arrest of Knezevich. Hey, Wolfie. Okay, so here's some factual background. On December 26, 2023, Wolfie, this is a new case. You should listen. I just can't get over how much he did to try to get away with this, like spraying the cameras, taping the door, all the other things. But okay, so on December 26th, a 40-year-old female, we know that's Anna, a United States citizen, traveled from Miami International Airport to Madrid, Spain. On or about February 2nd, the victim's friends and family who had previously communicated with her while she was in Spain lost contact with her. For example, prior to her disappearance, the victim and some friends had planned a trip that the victim subsequently failed to show up for. Additionally, the last activities on the victim's Bank of America account were for a flower purchase on or about February 2nd, the last date she was seen alive, as well as a charge from a restaurant in Madrid on or about February 10th for failing to show up for a dinner reservation. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Mia B. Congratulations and happy Mother's Day. And yeah, I'm just so excited. Okay. Sorry to you guys to get off subject, especially anybody who's just here to hear the facts. But yeah, I wanted to say hi to Mia. Okay, so let's continue. You guys would be surprised. I had some of the complaints that I get. Anyways, okay, so at the time of her disappearance, the victim was married to Knezevich, a Yugoslavian-born naturalized citizen of the United States. Yugoslavian-born naturalized citizen of the United States. According to the victim's friends and family, the victim and Knezevich were separated and planned to divorce. The separation was contentious because Knezevich did not want to split the marital assets evenly with the victim. The victim was very fearful of Knezevich and believed that he was surreptitiously monitoring her whereabouts. Oh, we love you, Mia. Congrats. Hey, Music City Mom. That confirms why they have primary jurisdiction, because he's a naturalized citizen. Is that why? That's kind of, I think, what Tess had said in the comments. Okay, so an investigation into the victim's disappearance by Spanish authorities revealed that on or about February 2nd, security cameras at the victim's apartment building in Madrid captured her entering the building around 2:20 p.m. This is the last time the victim is ever seen alive. The last time she's ever seen is going into her own apartment. They're both citizens. Right, but it only said he was the naturalized or whatever it said. The way that it worded it was a little different with him, so I didn't know. Okay, just 1 second, you guys. Okay, sorry. Hey, Roxanne. Hey, Johnny. I think I said hi to you, Johnny, but just in case I didn't. So this is the last time the victim is seen alive. That same day at 9:27 p.m., the building surveillance camera captured a male wearing a helmet, you guys, enter the building at the same time some individuals were exiting. Once inside the building, the male is captured descending the stairs while holding a can of spray paint, which he then uses to disable a surveillance camera by painting the lens. The lens was not completely obscured, and the male is then seen fastening a piece of duct tape to the lock of the building entrance to prevent the lock from engaging to allow subsequent entry. Notably, the male, who looks directly at the camera, has physical characteristics that resemble those of Knezevich. At approximately 10:30 p.m., the male is captured leaving the elevator with what appears to be a suitcase. So, hey, Tony, Knezevich is seen on camera going into the apartment building. I guess, people walked out. You must have to have a key to the front door and then a key to your individual apartment. And it sounds like some people walked out and he took the opportunity to walk in. And yeah, hold on 1 second. Okay, so not only, he walks in with a helmet, then he spray paints the camera, then he puts a piece of tape over the lock. So on or about February 4th, 2024, Spanish firefighters entered the victim's apartment for a welfare check and discovered she was not in her apartment. Subsequently, Spanish law enforcement searched the victim's apartment pursuant to a judge's order and discovered that her cell phone, laptop, and respective chargers were missing. Based on surveillance footage, Spanish law enforcement was able to identify the brand of spray paint used to disable the camera. Law enforcement then determined that a retailer in Madrid had a recorded sale of that particular brand of spray paint on or about February 2nd. Surveillance footage from the retailer depicted an individual who appeared to be Knezevich purchasing the spray paint along with 2 rolls of duct tape on or about February the 2nd. It's unbelievable to me that this man traveled from Miami to Spain just to do this so he wouldn't have to split his marital assets. Hey, Natasha. If something happens to a U.S. citizen overseas, there are laws that allow the U.S. government to charge you with a crime. Thank you, Sarah. Johnny. Okay, just checking on you guys in the comments. Was he waiting for her in her apartment? No, I think that she was in there. The last time she's seen is going in around 2 p.m. Let me go back to this because the lens was not completely obscured. Then he puts a piece of duct tape to the lock of the building entrance to prevent the lock so no one else can come in. I don't know. I don't know exactly how he gets her to let him in, but anyways, let's continue. So additionally, a Colombian woman who met Knezevich on a dating application in October advised law enforcement that on February 3rd, Knezevich contacted her via WhatsApp and asked her for help in translating a message into, quote, perfect Colombian, unquote, for a friend in Serbia who is writing a script about a Colombian character. He says he wants the writing to be authentic. Specifically, Knezevich and Individual 1 engage in the following dialogue, which Individual 1 provides to law enforcement. Knezevich, hey babe, I need your help. This woman says, hello babe, of course, tell me. Knezevich says, I have a friend in Serbia who is a writer. She has a small character who is Colombian. She has a few sentences that have to be translated from Serbian English to Colombian Spanish, like how Colombian girl would speak. Rola. Okay, sorry you guys. I'm trying to not have background noise, which is working against me quite a lot today. So I do apologize. So then he says, haha. I think the rolla is supposed to be haha. He says, are you able to translate what I give you in English into perfect Colombian? She says, oh, babe, well, I don't speak English. I would have to rely on the translator. And I would create rolla sentences based on context. Oh, okay, I see. I don't know what that means. But he says, yes, you would see it translated and then fix it. I met someone wonderful. He has a summer house about 2 hours from Madrid. We are going there now, and I will spend a few days there. There is barely any signal, though. I'll call you when I come back. Kisses. He says, what do you think? She says, do I fix this paragraph? He says, yes. She says, I met someone wonderful. He has a summer house about 2 hours from Madrid. I think she sends it in Spanish. That's why it's, in italics. And he says, I can't verify that. Haha. Do you think it comes across normally? She says, yes, that's how a Rolo would speak. He says, then she says, is that all? He says, wait, no, she is a girl, Rola. And he says, haha, yeah, or she says, haha, yes. Because, in Spanish, if a word is meant to describe a woman, it ends in an A. If it's meant to describe a male, it ends in an O. He says, so did you write it as a boy or as a girl? She said, well, the paragraph is general. It's not written in the first person. And then Knezevich says, one more. Yesterday, after therapy, I needed a walk, and he approached me on the street. Amazing connection, like I never had before. She says, that's incomplete, because who approached her on the street? If I do it literally like you are sending it to me, it would be like this. And then he says, a man approached a woman from the previous paragraph. He says, thanks, gorgeous. She says, don't mention it, handsome. I hope it helps. He says, it helps my friend. Now, this is a love interest for Knezevich. We know that now. Hey, Chopper. Thereafter, Knezevich shared a photo with Individual 1 of a plane ticket he purchased on February 16th for a flight from Serbia to Bogota, scheduled to arrive on February 19th. However, Knezevich never boarded the flight. Knezevich and Individual 1 continued to communicate on WhatsApp until about February 26th. At some point during Individual 1's communications with Knezevich, her mother told her she told her mother about having met a Serbian man online. Wanting to know more about the individual, her mom Googled Knezevich and learned his wife had been reported missing in Madrid. Individual 1 then discovered a news article that contained a message purportedly from Knezevich's wife that matched the exact wording of the text she and Knezevich had put together on or about February 3rd. So she's talking to her mom, I met this man, they look him up, and then she sees this exact message that she helped him write up. Hey, Mel Mac. Thank you for being here. Hey, Crystal. Okay. we're kind of working our way through some documents of a new case. And discussing along the way a little bit. So, a review of records from Customs and Border Protection revealed that on or about January 27th, Knezevich traveled by airplane from Miami International to Istanbul, Turkey. Thereafter, he traveled out of Serbia by vehicle on or about January 30th and returned to Serbia by vehicle on February 5th. Per Google Maps, by car, it takes approximately 26 hours to travel from Serbia to Madrid at a distance of 2592 kilometers. Law enforcement's investigation revealed that Knezevich rented this type of vehicle from Serbia on January 29th. The rental car agency, this is bizarre to me. How you would think that this would not send red flags everywhere and they're going to know you're up to no good. So the rental car agency informs law enforcement that when Knezevich returned the car, the windows had been tinted, the license plate frames had changed, and 2 stickers had been removed from the vehicle. The vehicle had traveled approximately 7,677 kilometers. Oh my God, who does do that, Mayla's mom? It's so stupid. Hey, Skylab, like, I'm glad he did, but you rent a car to go kill your wife because I guess he doesn't want to fly. So there's no record of that. But you rent a car, you tint the windows, remove the stickers, change the license plate frames, which now we know why, because he stole a license plate briefly, and the stolen plate was found right by Anna's apartment. Law enforcement's investigation revealed that around the relevant time, an individual filed a complaint that both his license plates were stolen off his vehicle in Spain. Spanish authorities ran a search in their plate reader database for the stolen plate and learned the stolen plate was present on the street where the victim's apartment was located. Additionally, the stolen plate also passed through 2 toll booths in the middle of the night on February 2nd into February 3rd. Video from the toll booths revealed that the plates were attached to the same car that he rented with tinted windows. Because of the tint, the driver is not visible. Law enforcement has also learned that on March 4th, a woman purporting to be the victim contacted an insurance carrier for the purpose of canceling 3 insurance policies. The insurance policies related to vehicles that were used by the business. During the call, children could be heard in the background, but the victim does not have any children. Moreover, law enforcement learned, pursuant to a subpoena return, that the phone number utilized by the caller was owned by Knezevich's company, and Knezevich is listed as the contact for the phone number. Moreover, on or about April 24th, an employee of Knezevich advised law enforcement that he had instructed them to impersonate the victim in order to open a new bank account and provided this person with Anna's social security number to use as proof that she was the victim. Thereafter, on or about April 25th, employee 1 advised Knezevich during a phone call that she was uncomfortable impersonating the victim because she was missing. In response, he tells this employee that this is not serious and it needed to be done in order for the employees to be paid. He further stated, "I cannot call with my voice because I sound like a guy." Conclusion. Based on the foregoing, your affiant respectfully submits there is probable cause to believe that he committed the offense of kidnapping, and then it's been signed. So they have a lot of evidence. Now, he leaves her apartment with a suitcase. God only knows where she could be. He traveled over 2,500 kilometers to get there? So now, let me just try to go through again just quickly for people who came in late. So, okay. Anna Knezevich is the victim here. Her and her husband, David, were separating, okay? And they were going to be getting a divorce. So she goes to Spain to stay with a friend. She is Colombian native. She's very fluent in both English and Spanish. And as well as her family, which is part of the reason that they knew something was wrong with these texts. But regardless, so she goes to Spain at the end of last year. February 2nd, she's seen walking into her apartment, and she never walks out. That night, a man who appears to resemble her husband, what they can see, he does have a helmet on. He sneaks into the apartment, tries to spray paint the camera, but it doesn't work. You can still see a little bit. And the camera catches him duct taping the door so no one else can come in behind him. He's then seen leaving her apartment with a suitcase. He had rented a vehicle to go to Spain. The vehicle was returned with tinted windows, stickers removed, and the license plate holders changed. There was a license plate reported stolen, and those license plates were recovered on Anna's street. Then, not only do they have all that evidence, they have these messages. So he got another Colombian woman that he was dating to try to translate these messages for him. But she didn't speak English, so she couldn't do it naturally. She had to use help from a translator. So when Anna's brother sees these messages, he's like, whoa, that's not written right. You can obviously tell it's been translated. Also, we have the employee who's come forward to police that she was told she wouldn't be paid unless she made this call impersonating Anna. So they have a lot of evidence against this guy. They have not charged him with her murder. But, so far it's only kidnapping. Mayla's mom, I don't know. I assume so, but I know that I think it was like the Madrid police that were first investigating this. Hey, K-Braze. Okay, so I've just been learning about it for the last maybe 24 hours. And before that, so it was supposed to be, this story was going to be in our true crime news we did the other day, but we ended too soon. So since then, but I'm still kind of learning about it too. So now let's go to him being arrested and what's happened since. Maybe I'll just play this video first, which I'm sure is going to go over all the things that are in the article, but still, it's nice to have something where we can see. Absolutely beautiful woman. I mean, not that matters, but it's just sad.
Now at 5:30, the Fort Lauderdale man accused of kidnapping his wife in Spain will remain in jail after a judge denied bond in a Miami courtroom this afternoon.
NBC's Diane Klein is live from downtown Miami.
Mayla's mom, do not apologize. I love that you're asking questions. And when you guys join the conversation with me and we're trying to figure this stuff out together, I love that. So thank you. And yeah, do not apologize. I just don't really have all the answers yet because I'm still kind of learning about it. And yeah.
With more. Lorena, the hearing revealed new details about this international kidnapping case.
It did, Joanne. For the first time, we heard the prosecution say that feared that Ana Maria Knezevich may have been killed. An FBI agent also revealed today that blood was found inside her Madrid apartment, but that they're still waiting on the DNA results of that blood. In the meantime, the defense attorney.
There we go. So when I was planning the live, I just grabbed this because it talks about his bond being denied and, his arrest. I didn't even watch the video, and I honestly didn't plan on us watching it. But let's hear that again.
For the first time, we heard the prosecution say that they feared that Ana Maria Knezevich may have been killed. An FBI agent also revealed today that blood was found inside her Madrid apartment, that they're still waiting DNA results of that blood. In the meantime, the defense attorney quickly seizing the prosecution, calling all of their circumstances.
Well, you know what? If that's the case, depending on how much they found, I believe that more charges will be coming very soon. It's just unfortunate because where do they look for? All the way, she could be anywhere in between Serbia and Spain, Madrid.
Maria's was in court this afternoon to watch the man accused of kidnapping Esther go before a judge.
Well, on behalf of the family, we're very pleased with the judge's decision.
A federal judge ultimately denying 36-year-old David Knezevich bond, calling him a flight risk because of his means and significant ties to Serbia. But the judge also calling the case circumstantial, a point made by the defense attorney who...
Wait, the judge called it circumstantial? I mean, I guess there's no direct evidence. You don't see him kidnapping her, but you see her go into the apartment and she never comes out. And we know that he rents this car. I mean, I don't know. I guess it is circumstantial, but it's quite a lot of pretty compelling evidence. Hey, Crime Crochet and Coffee. What is that? Skylab. Thank you, but I don't know what you're talking about. This is what we're going to do, I think, because I have a little bit of time. We're going to listen to this video, and then I'm going to Google it, and we'll just see what else we can find, and look at it together and kind of research together.
Calling him a flight risk because of his means and significant ties to Serbia. But the judge also calling the case circumstantial.
He obviously is a flight risk. And they did say the judge called it circumstantial. What is wrong with me? I can't talk. I know there was another article that I read that was really good somewhere that I wish that I could find that we could look at together, but we'll just Google it and see what all comes up. But because the article that we first read didn't mention the tape on the door, it wasn't until we got to the affidavit, if you remember. And I remember reading that in one of the articles. That's how come it's stuck in my head.
Point made by the defense attorney who cross-examined the FBI agent during the bond hearing, attempting to cast doubt on whether Ana Maria is even in danger, and accused the prosecution of not having evidence that her client kidnapped her. The prosecution pushed back, calling the WhatsApp messages that agents suspect were crafted by Knezevich and sent to Ana Maria's friends with her phone a bombshell. An eyewitness also places Knezevich in Madrid around the time of Ana Maria's disappearance and points out that a car he rented was returned with tinted windows, changed tags, and thousands of miles on it.
The way I read it was the holder for the tags. The stolen tags were found by her house. So I saw you guys asking, I saw you guys asking where the trial will take place. I believe it will happen in a federal courtroom, right? If the FBI is like the lead on the case, sure, Madrid is helping, and they've been, the Spanish police have been helping with the investigation, but just because he's arrested here, I believe it will take place here in a federal courtroom. I think if it was going to take place in Spain, probably Spanish authorities would have arrested him. But I don't know. That's just kind of what I think. Tess says, I believe it depends on the country. Some countries have reciprocal jurisdiction agreements with the U.S., so it's a federal case currently. Where is FBI International? I didn't see your answer to that.
We are continuing to cooperate with law enforcement as they pursue Knezevich.
Length pre-trial hearing revealed details about a rocky marriage, including how the two agreed to have an open relationship in an attempt to save their marriage. But the agent on the case says that he had decided to leave to Spain because she felt her life was threatened by Knezevich and that their separation had caused her mental health issues for which she was seeking therapy.
Interesting.
You heard there from the attorney representing Ana Maria's family. The defense attorney did not want to see it after the hearing. They are entitled to appeal the judge's decision to deny bond for Knezevich.
He's an obvious flight risk. He should not be released. All right, let's go over here and just see what comes back with Google. Here's an article where her brother speaks to the Miami Herald. I think we'll watch that. So he was arrested at a Miami airport, I guess, when he came back in the country. I don't know how that kind of slipped past me. Oh, News Nation has exclusive audio recording of Anna Knezevich before disappearing. Let's watch that. And also, let me grab that article where the brother speaks to Miami Herald. I used to do these lives where, like, I wouldn't really prepare at all. I would just, hold on. I would just get on and kind of research with you guys, and that was fun. But I don't like being unprepared. So I think the way that I did it this time, where I had a good idea of what was going on, but we're still kind of researching together, is a better way to do it. Okay, so let's go to this. It's Cuomo. This is from 2 months ago. So, he's not been arrested yet. Remember that at this time. Oh, if he was arrested back in the States, he will face sentencing wherever he was picked up at, I suppose. Let's see. I cannot believe that crime, crochet, and coffee. Don't rental cars have tracking devices in them just in case someone steals them? Well, a lot of them do. I don't know. I don't really know because this is a Serbian car rental place.
Anna Knezevich from Florida has now been gone for 12 days after going to
What
Madrid.
is on his head? Oh my God. I'm sorry. I don't want to focus on that, but
vanishes the same night a guy shows up hiding his face with a helmet and spray painting over security cameras.
Yes, Riley. She's been missing since February the 2nd. She was last seen going into her apartment in the afternoon. And like I said, that very evening is when you see this person with the helmet spraying the cameras, taping the doors, leaving with the suitcase, and Anna is never seen again.
Still a missing person 12 days in? So she went there, why? Because she was going through a divorce and she was trying to get her life and her head together, right? She was planning to travel to Barcelona with a friend a couple of days after she disappeared. Never showed up at the train station, no word. Anna's brother Felipe says Spanish police went to Anna's apartment yesterday, found no signs of robbery. Text messages sent supposedly from Anna's phone the day after.
The FBI said they found blood
After she vanished,
we got to hear that again.
Sent supposedly from Anna's phone to his apartment yesterday. Word. Anna's brother Felipe says Spanish police went to Anna's apartment yesterday, found no signs of robbery. Text messages sent supposedly.
Very interesting language there. No signs of robbery. We don't hear anything about blood, which came out in his hearing,
From Anna's phone the day after she vanished, saying she met some guy after therapy and he's great. They're going to his house, spotty cell service. People who know her say she didn't talk like that. She wouldn't have acted like that. And that the Spanish seemed like it was put through a translation app, that the idiomatic nature of it, that the vernacular wasn't right for a native speaker, which she was. We have now obtained, never heard before by the public, voice messages from Anna to a friend that, one, I think helps clear up any question.
Let me just pause for a second and say, I did not know, I had no idea that it was something religious, and I am not making fun of or anything like that. I just simply didn't know. Okay.
About what was going on that day in terms of whether she had just met somebody or whether she was going to go do something, and just who she was as a person. So I have two for you. First one is a voice message that she sent to a friend January 22nd. That's a week and a half before her disappearance, just so you can get a feel for what she was like. Here.
Hey, good morning. I woke up, went to the gym, got the apartment ready. I'm gonna buy some cleaning stuff now. And I fixed my hair, my nails, and I'm just heading back. How are you? I miss you too. Bye.
Aww.
Meticulous, somebody who likes to tell people what's happening, right? Very detailed. So would she just take off and not say anything to anybody? Leads us to the next voice message. Now, this is on the same day that she's believed to have disappeared. February 2nd. She was last seen 10 o'clock at night. The guy with the spray paint was about 9:30 at night. Noon that day.
So he's a little confused because we know what we just read on the affidavit says she was last seen, I think, 2:20 p.m. But
she leaves a message for her friend. This is what she says.
I saw an apartment yesterday. So hopefully it will be mine. And now I'm on my way to see another one. And everything's doing great. I'm feeling actually really good.
oh my God almighty. She said, this is on February 2nd. She said, I saw an apartment that I loved yesterday, so hopefully it will be mine. I am now on my way to see another one, and everything's going great. I'm feeling actually really good. My God, that is just so sad.
I'm going on Monday to Barcelona with a friend of mine. It's just a day trip. We're going and then we're coming back. She's very excited about it.
She had a plan. She doesn't sound like somebody was looking to take off to go to some ashram, and she didn't mention meeting anybody. Joining me now is Brandy Smith, longtime friend of Anna's and of her estranged husband. They're going through a divorce. That's why I say that. David, thank you very much. I'm sorry that you're in this situation.
Yes, it is, K-Braze.
Brandy, what do you want people to know about your friend?
Anna was a very calm person. She was a very intelligent person, very calculated person. I definitely don't think that those text messages were from her at all. That's Anna and I when we were in Colombia visiting her family about 12 years ago. She's a great tour guide. She's very smart. She's very intelligent. She doesn't take risks. We were in Medellin. We were on the cable cars. She's not a reckless kind of person. So I don't believe that those text messages were from her either.
Now, you have experience with investigations. Does this feel like a missing person situation to you?
It absolutely feels like a missing persons investigation because she would have messaged her friends, her girlfriends. This is what women do. Women message each other and tell them what's going on. So 1, 2 of her girlfriends, she would have absolutely messaged them, whether things were going good, whether things were going bad. It's very unusual for her to not get in touch with any of her girlfriends at all.
Now, you know David, her husband. Does it strike you as unusual that even though they're going through a hard time, allegedly, that he did not go to Spain to look for his missing wife?
I can't really speak to that because I don't know what exactly was happening in their marriage, but
Got
I would
you,
certainly
Crystal.
think that I was with them the night that they met in 2010. I would certainly think after all of this history that they spent together that he would go looking for her.
Yeah.
You were at their wedding. They actually met at that event. But you are not in. Have you been in contact with him lately? Have you reached out?
I have not, no.
We have an open invitation, obviously, to him to participate in the reporting here about what's going on. If you hear from him, please let him know as well. Hey,
wow. Thank you, Brooke, for joining. I appreciate that so much. And then I saw you, Crystal, trying to figure out how to gift, which I didn't really know what to tell you because I didn't know what exactly was happening. So I was like, I do have those gifted memberships that YouTube gives me. So I was going to try, and you got it. So that's awesome. I got you, Crystal, with the gifted one. I would definitely go looking for my wife if she was missing, unless there was a reason for me not to. Yeah, if you already knew where she was. Oh, wow. Carol Clark says, I was raised Catholic and I've never seen anyone have ashes in such a public display. It's unusual. That's kind of interesting. Crisscross will make you jump, Skylab. Patricia says, imagine going to the other side of the world to get away and opening the door and he's there to kill you. I know. It's horrific. I wish that there was more like talk about it. It's truly unfortunate. It's an awful situation, and she's still not been found. Now, Tess sent us a picture of a map. So let's go look at that together for a second, because to show like where she could potentially be. Okay, so here's Serbia. There's Barcelona. Wait, let me just hold on, you guys. I was just looking at the globe within me the other day, and now I feel so lost. I'm horrible with direction. It's very hard for me to look at this stuff and kind of figure out anything. But this one I think is kind of, oh no, hold on. Okay. So this is Serbia here. This little country over here under Romania, beside Bulgaria, under Hungary. We have Serbia here. He would have to go through, you know, Croatia or Hungary, Slovenia, Italy, Austria, Switzerland, France, and then over to Spain. So she could literally be anywhere between those two places. Oh, cutie pie. What was it in miles? Oh my gosh. One of the articles did say, I think it was like 2,500 miles each way and like 70 some hundred kilometers, but I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at it again. Let's see. My eyes are struggling with that map. Yeah, that first one I was struggling too. Oh, Brooke K is your, oh no. Okay, I see. Thank you, Crystal. I was trying to get you, but yeah, it worked out, but thank you. The very idea of that makes me sick. Can you imagine the fear? No, I cannot. You finally are able to get away, and you'd go on the other side of the world, literally across the entire world to get away from someone, all because he don't want to split his fucking money with you. Excuse my language, but and he travels first to Serbia and then rents a car and drives all the way from here, whether he went through these countries or through these. He went through several different countries just to make it to her. Definitely had to go through France and either Italy or Switzerland. I'd be curious to know if we could, like, it'd be nice to see the exact route he would have taken. Maybe that will come out at some point, but she could be in any number of countries. Yep. And he freaking finds you. Oh, your husband is a Spaniard? That's so cool. My grandpa is. My grandpa's parents and all of his brothers and sisters came over on a boat in like the 1940s or something. I don't know, or 30s. I don't know. I've got the ship log. I just can't remember. But he was actually, so I had to be like in the 20s, probably 20s or 30s, because he wasn't born yet. My great grandmother was pregnant with him. He was the only one born in the United States, but all the rest of them were born in Spain. And we did lots of like, you know, visiting with that side of my family and stuff. And they still hold a few traditions, like they make chorita, which is actually, what's it called? Why is my brain messing up? The Spanish sausage. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? One of you guys will tell me. But like my grandpa used to raise his own pigs, and then he would smoke. It's also a chorizo. So, and they, yes, thank you, Kay Braze, but I thought of it right before you put that. But okay, so Chorizo, like in Mexican food, is different though from like Hispanic chorizo, and they call it chorita, but it's smoked and it's like more tough. When the Mexican way to do it is sometimes more often ground up and soft. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's another reason I felt like I wanted to talk about this case. But also there's other reasons, because look, I could get on here, and I know it's probably not the best move for my channel. I could get on here and I could talk about these big cases that everybody's talking about that have no updates, and it's just drama. You know, of course we're still going to talk Tisha, but we don't, like, we just had taken a break and we have to put together some videos. We're waiting on a bunch more calls to be delivered. But as far as other cases go, like, I don't want to do that. I want to, like, I don't know. I just don't want to do that. So I feel like I want to take time to cover more cases that aren't really being talked about all that much. So I'm going to send you a case here in my town. It's a missing girl, and she's not getting a ton of reach. Don't know if you saw my message. No, I opened my messages just now to get that picture from Tess, by the way, and I've got a lot of messages I haven't seen. I had a kind of a busy day. No, I don't have I didn't see it, Mayla's mom, and I'm looking. I don't see it from you. Did you text it? But yeah, if you have a case you want to talk about, send it to me. And then Teabag, it is the best laugh. We're waiting on a month of calls that is going to be a very interesting month to see what happens after this particular bit of news breaks. There's some news that's going to come out, something that happened, a shift in the case. And when that happened, we ordered the month that happened in. So, oh no, I didn't, Mayla's mom. But I'm also way behind on messages, which I will go check them all as soon as this live is over. There are no updates in the big cases. No, there's not. And sure, it'll get tons of people in there, but at the end of the day, like, what matters to you? And to me, it's not necessarily that. Like, of course I want to grow my channel, and I love when there are videos that a lot of people are interested in and watching. But also, like, I want to do things I'm truly interested in. I want to do not the same thing everybody else is doing. And I never want to, like, sell my soul to the devil, which that's what I'm calling it, which would be like just covering something just because it's popular and it gets a lot of attention. I'm not going to do that. I purposely don't watch anything to do with SR because it's just disgusting what people are doing to the parents. I cannot get over it. I cannot get over it. Did you see your mom on Mother's Day, Katie? It's absolutely disgusting. It truly is. Who got your Mama's Day gift? Mia. Mia got it. Hey, Amber Lou. It's in Evansville, and they just searched somewhere They just searched somewhere last week, and she's been missing a couple years. That's interesting. I wonder what caused that to happen. Do what you want to. Well, thank you guys for being here. Say chorizo. What'd I call it? That's what chorizo. But we call it chorita. Like, that's what my grandpa's family calls it. I don't know even how to spell that. Like, if I tried to spell it out, I don't think that I could. Chorita. I guarantee you that is not how it's spelled at all. Chorita. Maybe with the T. I don't know. Hey, Thistle. The misinformation on cases is so frustrating. I got into it today with someone saying Colby was lying on the stand. Thistle says they're doing it just for the drama and the views. Absolutely. And hey, by the way, good to see you. Oh, thank you, K-Braze. I appreciate that. I just appreciate you guys being here and being willing to talk about a case you don't know anything about and being, you want to listen. With Gannon's case, yes, Natasha, the phone calls if that's what you mean. So the phone calls that we ordered take place in a time where there was big news about the case and the trial, where there was a shift and things changed. We ordered that month, which it is, I think it's from the year 2022. But so we wanted to see we wanted to jump there so we could kind of see people's reactions to this news that came out. I can't say much more because Jen hasn't told me that I can say. We haven't agreed on it, so I don't want to do that to her. But yes, I wish Heels was here to see today's court proceedings in the Karen Reed case. Patricia, oh my God, sometimes you watch these trials and you're like falling asleep. It's boring. It's this, it's that. Today I was hanging on to every single word. Like him getting rid of his phone. Excuse me. And yeah, there was so much there. I just cannot wait to talk about it tomorrow on Jen's. The cross is really like the interesting parts for me. But I wish she was here to see it too, because I know that she was very interested in the case. And I'm so sorry for you guys that were close to her or used to watching her or something like that. I'm just so sorry. Also, one of the reasons I like your channel is because you cover unknown cases and stick to facts. Thank you, Cutie Pie. I appreciate that. Hey, Anne. So good to see you. You know, I'm worried about Sebastian, but what about the thousands of other missing kids? Chopper, I know. I know. That's where I'm at, because I care about every missing child and I want them all to be found. But if you're truly about awareness and stuff, which a lot of these channels are like, you know, this is about awareness, or, you know, all these people talking about it is why someone called in that photograph from North Carolina that could have been him or whatever. I can see that side of it, but what about the awareness for the other kids? You know what I mean? Like right now there's no movement in that case. So it's a perfect opportunity to kind of talk about other kids that are missing. And thought that was what you said, but wow, I cannot wait to show you guys. Natasha, I cannot wait for them to come in. I've been checking like every day. Let me check again right now just to see, because these ones, when they come in, it's my turn. I need to edit the video because Jen's been doing a lot of work on our video visits. When these come in, I'm going to edit them immediately. As soon as they come in, I'll be putting together the video and we'll be talking about it, because I am so looking forward to hearing these. I'm usually listening, but always doing stuff. Well, that's how I am. I watch all kinds of stuff and don't comment. And sometimes I'm just not in a people and type of mood. You know what I mean? I just don't want to be talking and stuff. I like finding things out together, but you got to kind of have a little plan. I agree. Well, that was kind of like today, like us finding that little video after and stuff. Hey, Corky. Hills has a front row seat. Ain't that the truth? Pointer lover. Megan, another channel owner called Heels in the Air. What? I'm so excited. I cannot wait for you guys to see. We just ordered them. We threw in half and half. Jen paid half. I paid the other half. And we decided we were just going to like kind of surprise you guys. We've been hinting at it along the way, but we also have more videos and stuff. So we have things to do until then. It's just neither one of us want to make all of our channels strictly Letitia. I feel like I have a bigger purpose with my channel, that it's not necessarily about growing really fast. It's not necessarily about one case or another. It's just that, like, the idea that in my head of what I want to do is many things. You know what I mean? So I wasn't close to Heels, but when I found out she passed, it was like losing a second cousin. I hope and pray that those who knew her can feel at peace. I agree. I'm with you. They say they care about SR, but all they do is bash the parents. How does that help? Let me tell you who cares about the case. I can't say enough thank yous to Music City Mom, who's been down there searching, going to the vigils, trying to actually help and not using it for attention, for views, for money, for anything. You know what I mean? That's who's really trying to help and who really cares. Cutie pie, in my opinion. You're right, K-Braze. You're exactly right. I didn't watch Chad today. I was curious how that went. I only chat in a few select chats. Well, I'm glad you chat here, Mayla's mom. Oh no, Kez, you didn't know. I'm so sorry. Okay, Mayla's mom, thank you. For me, true crime is not about making a profit, but getting the victims' names out there and sticking to the truth without misinformation. Well, it's interesting, people go into true crime for different reasons. Some people go into it because they want to be victims advocates. They're all about very victim-centered coverage. Some people go into it because they like forensics. Some people are into trials. Some people are into just mysteries. People may cover cases for many different reasons, and I try to keep that in mind when we start talking about like the way these families are treated and things like that. Some people cover it. I believe they have no interest in it. They just cover what gets the views. Like what's his face over there who made the thumbnail Mr. Pissy Pants. Remember when he said, I wish a kid would go missing in Hawaii because he was traveling around to all these missing kids and he would like a vacation to Hawaii? I don't know. Oh my gosh, Crumb Crochet and Coffee. Romania looks kind of fun. Yeah, people just see the money. Yep. I've thought about this so much, and me and B Crumbs have talked about it in depth. Why I'm interested in true crime, and I think the first number one reason it's truly, I can't sit here and say it's to be a voice for victims or bring awareness to the missing. I do really care about those things so much. I really do. I understand that these are real people and they have feelings, and this is important. This is the worst moments of their life, and I want to be gentle with that. And I do care about that. And, of course, it's awareness would be one of the reasons I like to do it. But I think the top reason, and it's so ridiculous, is because, like, I'm nosy. I want to know what's going on in the world. I want to know what's going on, down the street, what to be scared of, what to look out for, what to keep the kids safe from. Like, I need to know what's going on around me. And I think that's, like, what initially brought me into true crime, or part of it. Just the need to know what is going on and what to expect. Like, I'm that anxiety-ridden person. I like to plan everything. I'm not for the unexpected. Do not surprise me and show up at my house, which just happened like 2 days ago. Even if I love you very much, I'm not a big fan of that. So I was just going to say the same thing. I'm nosy as hell. Yeah. When I see the drama with Sebastian case, it makes me sick. Well, just like the fake dog handler, what in the hell do you get out of that? To go on a huge channel and be like, I'm like, you're this professional dog handler and you're not. You're lying. But what are you getting out of that? It's pretty sick. The psychology behind some of these people that use, what in the hell? There are so many things you could get on the internet and grift talking about, right? Why in the hell do you choose kids' cases? Like missing children, like our most precious and most vulnerable people in society. Why are you using their bad situations to grift? There are so many other things you could do. I don't get it. Which one, Tess? I don't know what you're talking about. I got to go get my boy from the football or baseball game. If you missed me at the beginning, if you're interested in like hearing about the newest perfumes and makeups and all the different little things that I like to buy and play around with, I'm going to be doing some videos on that kind of stuff. So definitely subscribe over there. And do you really think people aren't going to? Exactly. Or you think people aren't going to find out you put a picture from a damn Chewy ad? All you have to do is put the picture into Google and they'll find where it comes. I don't know. It is, Riley. It is fucking weird behavior. But anyways, I don't know. All we can do is keep moving forward. I'm making a promise to myself. I'm not going to get on here and bitch about other people's coverage anymore. If there's something major, like that I feel like I should speak out against, maybe I will. But for the most part, I really just want to kind of keep talking about the cases and try to keep the lives more focused on the cases. Like I literally was telling myself this last night. When you go live again, do not climb up on the podium, get on your high horse, none of that shit. Do not mention it. Just do the case you're talking about. So I'm really going to try to do that because they already get enough attention. And yeah, I don't know. I just, like I said a minute ago, I have like a bigger purpose for what I want to do here. And I need to just chill out with that. But it's so hard. It is so hard not to, because you get on here and every single time you turn on YouTube, it's another disgusting thumbnail, another disgusting post, another disgusting situation. And it's like, I just want to pull my hair out. So I don't know. I'm going to really try though. But thank you guys for being here and hanging out with me. I appreciate it so much. And yeah, I can't wait to dig into all the things we have to look forward to and those new calls that I was telling you guys about and all the things. But anyway, I love and appreciate you. And I hope you have a great night. Thank you, Thistle. Thank you, Cutie Pie. All you guys, I just appreciate you so much. And I'll talk to you soon. I like when you're on the high horse. You guys are silly. All right. Thank you. Have a great night. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you to the mods. Bye.